Hey, hurry up and get dinner ready. And you haven't done the laundry either.
Xander, I'm on my way home from work right now. I told you I had to stay late because of overtime, remember?
Don't give me excuses. You weren't even home when I got back from work. You're failing as a wife. I've already told you if you don't shape up, I'm going to divorce you.
Even if you say that.
Don't start making excuses again.
I'm working too, you know. It would be nice if you considered splitting the household chores.
I told you to stop with the excuses.
I'm sorry.
Do you think apologizing is gonna fix anything? Do you actually want me to divorce you?
Yes, that would be fine. In fact, I already filed for divorce.
What?
I just came back from the city office where I submitted the divorce papers to the after-hours reception. I have no intention of returning home. That's why I packed my things before heading to work today.
Wait, what? Hey, hold on a second. You need divorce papers to get divorced.
About that, do I even need to ask where the divorce papers are? How many times have you thrown signed divorce papers in my face screaming about divorcing me? It's been countless, right?
I only did that to motivate you, to make you a better wife. I didn't mean it for real.
Well, looking at the massive stack of divorce papers you've shoved at me over the years, anyone would think you were pretty serious about it. It's a little hard to see it any other way.
But I told you it wasn't like that.
Anyway, the papers have been submitted and we are now officially no longer married. As for the things I left behind at your place, I don't need them anymore. Feel free to throw them away.
You even moved your stuff out already? Damn it, I'm gonna sue you for damages. How about that?
Huh?
Do you know how much I'll make you pay in compensation? Hundreds, maybe.
If we're talking about compensation, you'll probably be hearing from my lawyer soon. Please look forward to it.
What? Why the lawyer?
Well then, goodbye.
Hey, Bethany! What's this about a certified letter showing up talking about alimony? What the hell is going on?
If you got the certified mail, you should know what it's about.
I didn't do anything that'd make me owe you alimony. This is insane!
Have you actually read the documents I sent you?
Something about me cheating, right? That's nonsense. You've got no proof, so stop trying to scare me. You're just doing this because you're panicking over how you'll get by now that we're divorced and you want a lump sum. Well, I'm not falling for it. You can forget it.
Xander, don't you realize that the very fact a professional lawyer is involved means there's already proof of your infidelity?
What?
I have enough evidence to make a strong case, which is why my lawyer agreed to take it on. Unlike certain people who throw around threats of alimony without any basis, my case actually holds up. You didn't think things through, did you?
You can't be serious.
Oh, and another thing, my financial situation is fine, thank you very much. I wasn't struggling to make ends meet. In fact, I was earning more than you were.
What?
Yep. So no, I don't need your money to survive. But I do expect you to pay the alimony that you owe, and let me be clear, I will only accept a lump sum payment. No installments or dragging it out.
Bethany, I need to talk to you about something.
What is it? I've already received the full amount of the alimony, and we're not exactly on terms where you can just casually ask me for advice. Honestly, I'm planning to block you any moment now. So I'd rather you stop contacting me altogether.
Well, actually, I was wondering if you could, temporarily return the alimony.
What? Do you even understand what alimony is? You want me to return it? Seriously?
You see, the thing is...
The thing is what?
I got hit with another alimony demand from Avery, too.
Oh, Avery. Right, your mistress. The one you started dating after you lied about being single. She's the wealthy girl, isn't she?
I mean, we loved each other so much, but now she's suddenly demanding alimony to break up? It doesn't make sense.
You can't actually be saying that, right? Like, are you seriously pulling this poor misunderstood guy act right now? You've got to be kidding me.
Huh?
I mean, let's be real here. You do realize you could have been slapped with a lawsuit for marriage fraud, right? What are you even talking about, acting like the victim in this?
Marriage fraud? What are you even talking about? I didn't commit any fraud.
You don't even see it, do you? You are such a disaster. You lied to her, pretended you were single, and started a relationship with her. If money or any kind of marriage arrangement has gotten involved, this would have been a whole different legal mess. You should be thankful you're only dealing with alimony.
Are you serious? But how? How did Avery even find out that I was married? I mean, right after I paid you the alimony, she hit me with her own demand out of nowhere. This is crazy. I'm almost out of money, and now I don't even know if I'll have enough to cover my living expenses. If this keeps up, I'll not only run out of savings, but I might end up in debt. It's insane.
You really are hopelessly stupid.
What did you just say?
Did you seriously not get it? Did it never cross your mind that maybe, just maybe, Avery and I coordinated this? That we were in contact?
What?
You didn't even consider that, huh? Of course not. Well, let me fill you in on something you seem to have missed. The reason I found out about your affair with Avery in the first place was because her parents reached out to me.
Her parents? Wait, what do they have to do with this?
Yeah, it turns out that when you're dating the daughter of a prominent wealthy family, they tend to do their homework. It's not like they're just going to let anyone date their daughter. So they dug into your background and found out that, surprise, you were married. And once they knew, they contacted me directly. They told me everything, with proof, by the way. They even said, your husband is cheating on you and pretending to be single. He's deceiving our daughter. They had all the receipts, Xander.
Wait, what? Are you telling me her parents got involved in this too?
Of course they did. She's their daughter. They care about her. They were the ones who did the digging and figured out the truth. They weren't about to let their little girl get played by a two-timing jerk like you. And once they knew, they made sure I knew too, with every single detail laid out clearly.
I can't believe this! So that's how all this happened?
Yep, they reached out to me first, and then they let Avery in on the truth once they knew I was taking action. The reason her alimony demand came after mine was just because they prioritized making sure I was okay first. Honestly, I think they were being pretty considerate.
So you're telling me I got double-teamed by you and Avery's family?
Exactly, and I'm sure if things had gone a little differently, if they hadn't found out when they did, you'd be facing much worse than just alimony payments from both sides.
This is unbelievable!
It's actually completely believable. You dug your own grave, Xander. Now you get to lie in it.
But what am I supposed to do now? I'm completely screwed. I don't have enough to pay Avery's alimony on top of everything else. I'm running out of options here.
Well, that sounds like your problem now. I've done my part, and frankly, I couldn't care less what happens to you. You're the one who created this mess, so you're the one who has to deal with the consequences. Good luck with that. You're going to need it.
Bethany, please, isn't there anything you can do to help me out? Just this once?
Not a chance. You made your bed, and now you're going to sleep in it. Have a nice life.
I've ended up in debt, and now it's out that Avery is the daughter of a client company's president. I can't even stay at my job anymore. I have to quit. Even my mom disowned me after finding out the whole story. It's just been the two of us, me and my mom, this whole time, since I grew up in a single-parent household.
Annoying. I just finished work, and I'm finally getting a moment to relax. I don't want to see your whiny messages. Actually, scratch that. I don't want any messages from you ever.
But
I was thinking of watching your behavior for a bit before blocking you, but you know what? Forget it. You're irritating, and honestly, you're just a hassle to deal with.
I'm worried about my mom. I care about her.
What?
You and my mom used to get along, right? That's why I want to ask for your advice.
Advice, huh?
My dad passed away when I was 22, and all my grandparents are gone too. If my mom disowns me, she'll be all alone. It'll be just her from now on, living in loneliness.
Hold on, did your mom disown you without telling you anything?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, your mom, she got married to a man she's been dating for the last 3 years. He's the same age as her.
What?
What are you trying to say? Calm down. Jeez, it's not that hard to type married, is it?
Wait, married? My mom is married? What do you mean?
Yeah, she got married. And since you clearly don't know, your mom's already planning for the future. Once she retires, she and her husband are moving into a retirement home together. They've already started preparing for that life.
They've already decided all that? And wait, why do you know all this? I'm her son. She never told me anything.
Well, she and I had plenty of conversations about love and relationships, woman-to-woman stuff. She probably told me first because of that, but you? She probably didn't get a chance to tell you because right when she was going to, she found out what you'd done.
What I done?
Let's see, you betrayed me, your wife, by cheating, and then you lied to your mistress, Avery, and told her you were single. When your mom found out about all this, she was absolutely devastated. She cried, apologized to me and Avery over and over again.
Mom cried?
Yeah, your mom's new boyfriend, her husband, was really concerned about her and tried his best to cheer her up. They ended up rushing their wedding because of the emotional toll it all took on her.
So, am I the only one left alone in all of this? Bethany! Finally, I'm back! Sorry to keep you waiting.
Who is this?
Your husband!
My husband? The phone number doesn't match the one of my fiancé.
It's me, Xander!
What?
Yeah, I know the number's different. That's because I had to change it.
I had you blocked. You actually went out of your way to change your number just to contact me? That is really creepy.
Yeah, the number's different because I couldn't afford my phone bill for a while, so it got cut off. But guess what? I finally finished paying off all my debts. That means I could get a new phone and sign a fresh contract.
Wow. So you finally managed to pay everything off? How commendable.
Yeah, I've been working like crazy to fill the void, you know? Being all alone, it's tough. It's only been a few years, but it felt like an eternity.
So let me get this straight. You're saying that you got a new phone and that's why your number's different?
Exactly, and I'll make sure you save this number in your contacts, all right?
I'd rather not.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. I get how you're feeling.
My feelings? What are you talking about?
I heard you're still single. You know what that means, right?
And what exactly does that mean?
It means, I knew it, you've been waiting for me all this time. It's got me really emotional, honestly, so I've got the marriage papers ready. Let's fill them out and submit them to the city office today. Then we can finally start living together.
Huh?
By the way, where are you living now? I'll come right over.
As if I'd tell you.
Wait, why not? If you don't tell me, I can't come see you.
I don't want you to come.
What?
Sure, I am technically single at the moment, but I am living with my fiancé.
What?
Yeah, he's nothing like you. He's kind, considerate, and he helped me heal after everything you put me through. I don't need you. He's the one I'm going to marry.
You've got to be kidding me. No way, this can't be real. Tell me you're lying.
You are so annoying.
What?
Maybe it's time I consider changing my phone number too.
Bethany!
For now, I'm just going to block you again. Bye.
Bethany!
Several years have passed since all that chaos unfolded, and just when I thought I had completely left that part of my life behind, something absolutely absurd happened. Fortunately, I now find myself living in a different region, having moved away with my family to start anew. We've settled into a completely new area where we have no previous connections, so I don't have to worry about anyone from my past unexpectedly showing up at my doorstep. This gives me a great sense of relief, knowing that I've severed all ties to that old life filled with drama and heartache. As time passed, I assumed that my ex-husband Xander had finally given up on trying to rekindle our relationship. After everything that happened between us, it seemed evident there was no point in pursuing a reconciliation, especially considering the mess he had created. I thought I wouldn't hear about him again after I moved away, but, of course, it seems that drama follows him like a shadow. Now there's an unexpected twist in his chaotic saga. It turns out that after he realized getting back together with me was hopeless, he set his sights on Avery, the woman he cheated on me with. One might assume that after everything he put me through, he would learn from his mistakes and find a sensible way to move on. But no, Xander doesn't do sensible. Instead, he decided to pay an unannounced visit to Avery's residence, which happens to be a high-end apartment tower, a place with impressive security features. You would think that gaining access to such a location would be challenging, especially for someone with no legitimate business being there, but somehow Xander, in his usual reckless fashion, managed to bypass all security measures. I can only guess how he managed to pull that off. Maybe he sweet-talked the security personnel, or perhaps he simply got lucky. Regardless, he found his way to what he believed was Avery's apartment, and there, he made an absolute fool of himself by professing his love for her. But instead of finding Avery waiting for him, he was met with a different reality. Avery had already moved out. When the door finally opened, the person who greeted him wasn't the woman he was desperately seeking, but a small, unassuming man who had no idea what was going on. This new tenant had probably been enjoying a quiet day at home when Xander's antics interrupted his peace. Instead of stepping back and realizing that Avery had moved on, both physically and emotionally, Xander jumped to the ludicrous conclusion that this man must be Avery's new boyfriend. Fueled by jealousy and desperation, he lost all sense of control. He didn't just confront this stranger, he exploded in a fit of rage, yelling and causing a huge commotion in the hallway. His irrational behavior escalated quickly, resulting in him attacking not just the man, but also the apartment itself. In his blind fury, he destroyed several pieces of valuable furniture and exquisite decor, some of which were worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. By the time the building security team finally responded, it was too late. The damage had already been done. They escorted Xander out of the building, but not without serious repercussions. The new resident was not going to let this incident slide without taking action. He pressed charges, and on top of that, Xander faced a hefty bill for all the destruction he had caused. The cost of repair and compensation mounted up to a staggering amount, one that was far beyond Xander's financial capabilities. And just like that, Xander found himself falling back into the dark pit of debt that he had only recently managed to escape. After putting in so much effort to pay off his previous obligations, he was right back at square one, now burdened with even more loans and financial troubles than before. His reckless attempt to win Avery back had not only failed spectacularly, but it also landed him in a far worse situation than he had been in during our tumultuous marriage. As for Avery, well, she likely never even found out about Xander's ridiculous outburst. She had already moved on, both in terms of her physical location and her emotional state. I can only imagine that she's now living her best life, far away from all the chaos that Xander tried to drag her into. And me? I'm grateful to be distanced from that entire mess. It feels like I'm watching a poorly scripted drama unfold from a safe distance, utterly astonished that I was once part of the same narrative. Honestly, Xander's downfall is a never-ending cycle of his own making. He has yet to learn how to take responsibility for his actions. Instead, he continues to shift the blame onto others, dragging everyone else down with him in the process. But at some point, you have to realize that your choices have consequences, and those consequences don't simply vanish because you wish them to. It's a tough lesson that Xander has failed to grasp, and from the looks of it, he will keep repeating the same mistakes until he finally does. For me, I've found happiness and stability in my new life. Moving away was undoubtedly one of the best decisions I have ever made, and I feel liberated having all that drama behind me. I found peace in my new environment, where Xander's presence is nothing more than a fading memory. His rage and desperation can no longer reach me, and that's a liberating feeling. In the end, I don't feel pity for Xander. After all he put me through and all the turmoil he created for others, this kind of outcome seemed inevitable. His ability to move on, his reckless actions, and his refusal to take accountability have led him right back to the dark place he has always tried to escape. And maybe that's where he'll remain unless he finally decides to change his ways. But for now, that's his burden to carry, not mine. As I reflect on everything that's happened, I can't help but feel a sense of relief wash over me. I've turned the page on that chapter of my life and stepped into a new one where I am free from Xander's toxicity. I'm no longer weighed down by his actions or the consequences of our past. I have the opportunity to build my own future, and I am determined to make the most of it. Now, I wake up every day feeling grateful for my life. I'm surrounded by people who support me, and I am focused on my goals and dreams. I've learned to appreciate the simple things, like enjoying a quiet morning with a cup of coffee, taking a stroll in the park, and spending quality time with loved ones. My life is filled with positive experiences that I never thought I would have again after everything I went through with Xander. Even though I occasionally hear stories about his misadventures, I find myself laughing rather than feeling any anger or sadness. It's almost comical how his life has spiraled out of control, all due to his own choices. The absurdity of it all brings a smile to my face, and I'm finally in a place where I can appreciate the irony of my past, knowing that I've moved beyond it. So, while Xander may continue to wallow in his own mistakes, I'll be here, living my life to the fullest and cherishing every moment of my newfound freedom. I've closed the door on that chaotic chapter, and I have no intention of looking back.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time. John, is it true you're divorcing Jenna?
Yeah, soon.
I see. I think it's the right call. She's not good enough for you, dear. You two have been married for 3 years now, and she still can't get pregnant? Forget her. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, that reminds me. There's this girl I'd like you to meet. Her name is Lisa. She's my friend's granddaughter. I'll introduce you to her when you come back. She's only 19. She'll get pregnant in no time.
I'm not coming home anytime soon, though.
Oh, why?
'Cause I got work? Getting a divorce doesn't change anything.
Right. Sorry, dear. So, when will you be back? New Year's? I'll set something up, okay?
No, it's fine.
What? Why not?
I'm almost 30, and I've been divorced twice already. What's she gonna think? She's not even 20, right?
Oh, that. She won't mind. Don't worry.
Look, I'm fine, okay?
Come on. At least give her a chance.
I don't even know when I'll be back, okay? Just slow down, please.
Okay. Just let me know, okay? John, when are you coming home?
Huh? Why?
I'm setting up a meet.
Huh?
Remember my friend's granddaughter Lisa? I want you to see her.
I told you to stop!
But listen, I told her parents about you, and they're really excited.
What does that even mean?
Trust me, dear, when it comes to things like this, it's all about the timing.
Mom, I'm not interested, okay? You're annoying me!
Oh, stop being so stubborn.
I'm not!
She's 19, and she doesn't care that you've been divorced twice. She's a good girl. I know her really well.
Maybe there's something else going on here. What if they're trying to get with me to get something else?
Stop talking like that. She's gonna be your next wife.
I don't even know her yet!
Look, we're just really excited to see you, okay?
Well, until you drop this, I'm not coming home.
What? John, no, don't say that.
I gotta go to work. I got the night shift today.
John! I'm gonna set a date. I'll let you know later. You better show up. John, did you catch the train on time? Today is your big day, honey. Oh, can't wait to see you. And I can't wait to see my grandkids. Oh, I'm so happy.
What? I'm not going home!
What?
I told you I'm not going home until you drop this.
Hold on, John. We rented out this really fancy restaurant for this, and her family is gonna be there too. You can't do this to us.
This was all you, Mom.
Me?
Yes, I said I wasn't interested, but you went ahead and did it anyways. How's it my fault?
But how can you be not interested?
What? I don't know. I'm just not. You got a problem with that?
No. But?
Look, I don't care. I'm not going back. End of story.
John, please, I don't care if you're late. Please show up. You're gonna embarrass me in front of everyone, please.
You just don't give up, do you?
So you'll come.
Look, here's the truth. I don't know how to say this, so I'm just gonna come out and say it.
What?
Jenna and I are back together. We're married again.
What? What are you saying? You said you got a divorce. This makes no sense.
Why are you so confused? People get back together all the time.
What? John, what are you doing? Listen to me. Divorce her now. Lisa is the one for you. She's only 19.
So what? I don't care about that.
But Jenna, she can't even get pregnant.
Actually, she did. She's pregnant.
What? Really? Are you serious?
Yup.
Oh, wow. But then, why did you get a divorce? It makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense. We had to get a divorce. She was really stressed out, so we got a divorce to pull you away from her.
What?
We've been trying for 3 years, but it wasn't working. So we both went to see a doctor, but there was nothing wrong with us. So I thought, maybe it was stress.
Huh? Stressed about what?
You really don't get it, do you?
Huh?
It's you! You're the reason she couldn't get pregnant.
What, me? Why?
She told me everything. I know you were harassing her.
What? No, that's a lie.
You did the same exact thing with my first wife. I really thought you learned your lesson.
I did. I know I was hard on your first wife, and I admit that. I'm sorry. It's probably because we lived together. But Jenna, I didn't do anything to her. We don't even live together.
No, that's irrelevant. You were harassing her.
What? What did I do? I didn't do anything to her.
You called her and texted her nonstop. You kept telling her to get pregnant. Then, when she ignored your calls, you sent her multiple texts saying the same thing. You even came over to our house once while I was gone. You yelled at her for hours, calling her all kinds of names. What the hell is wrong with you, huh? Seriously, you even started asking her when her last period was. Who does that? What's wrong with you?
I just wanted grandkids, that's all. You said you wanted kids too. I was just trying to help.
Don't you get it? You were stressing her out. She was trying really hard, you know, but you kept pushing her. You put too much pressure on her.
But...
Stress is a big factor when it comes to infertility. That's a fact.
But she's pregnant now, right?
Yeah, so? So what?
Uh...
Look, she's been keeping this to herself for a while now. She didn't want to say anything because you were my mom. I can't believe I put her through this. I thought if I kept you away from her, she'd be fine. But I was wrong.
But we all got stress.
Not like this. And it's all your fault.
I didn't mean to.
That makes it even worse. I'm sick of this. I don't want to lose Jenna, so stay away from us, okay?
Wait, hold on. At least come to the meeting.
Why? I'm married.
But...
Liza? She's probably not going to show up either.
Why not?
Her parents set this up against her will.
What? But they said Lisa was really excited about this.
They lied.
What?
She found out about this 3 days ago. She didn't want to marry some old guy who's been divorced twice. So she looked into me and got my number to call this off. She contacted me through social media yesterday. She has a boyfriend, you know? They're living together right now.
What? Nobody told me that!
Look, that's all I know about her, but here are the facts. I'm married, she doesn't want this, so it's off. Got it?
But...
I don't know what you told her parents, but it's not happening. Got that?
No.
So yeah, don't ever call us again.
John, wait.
I won't block Dad, though. If you want to talk to me from now on, go through him.
Wait!
Bye. I talked to my dad after that. He had no idea what my mom was up to. I told him everything she did. He yelled at her for hours. Oh, and Jenna's grandma, my mom's friend who told her about Jenna, when she found out about what my mom did to her granddaughter, she got furious. She yelled at my mom for hours on end. She stopped bothering us after that. I guess she finally learned her lesson.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Helen, I'm coming over to your place right now. What? Why are you questioning that? Tomorrow is going to be the 4th of July, right? So, we are coming over today and we will be staying at your place for the next couple of nights. This means that both your daughter-in-law and your son are on their way to your house right now, and you need to be ready for us. London? We should be arriving there just before dinner time, so make sure to have something fancy made for the both of us to eat. I can try my best to get something ready for you guys. We are already out of the house now and on our way, so you can't tell us no to that now. What? Lucas, you should be finishing up with your work for today now, right? Do you mind swinging by the supermarket on your way home from there to pick some more things for me?
Hi, honey. I think I can do that. What all do you want me to pick up for you?
Can you get me another dozen eggs and also a large cabbage? Also, you'll be passing by that cake shop that I really like. Could you stop in there and find a small cake that can feed 4 for dessert?
A cake? And for 4 people to eat? Who else is going to be at the house tonight?
Axel and London are coming. I got a couple of texts from London a little bit ago, saying that they were both coming back to our house.
This again? What I never get about these kinds of situations is it's always London who ends up texting us about what she wants to do, and never Axel himself.
Well, perhaps Axel likes her to be in charge of all those things, and if that's the case, then I have nothing else to say. Anyway, this plan came out of nowhere from London, so we'll have to have dinner for 4 now. I'm currently working on that now, so I'd like you to stop and grab those things for me, so that we'll have enough for everyone tonight.
Sounds good. I'll try to make it quick.
Sorry for bringing this up to you so late, but thank you for understanding and doing that for me. Helen, it shouldn't be too much longer before we pull into your driveway. Is the driveway a good place for us to park the car? What? So you both are almost here then? And you guys decided to take the car this time? What about taking the bus like all those times before? We decided we wanted to drive ourselves this time. Do you have a problem with that? I'm sorry, but we only have 1 parking space at our townhouse, so you're going to have to find somewhere else to park your car. There is a parking garage just down the road that you can use, and it should only be around $15 a day. Huh? But that would cost like $60 by the end of this trip. How about you take your car out of that parking spot and park it over at the parking garage so that we can park our car in your spot? Why should we be having to do something like that for you? You both should have the money to park in that car garage, right? Huh? Listen, London. You already started off the wrong note by only telling me that you were heading over to stay here with my husband and I last minute. So I have been having to get things like food ready for you both as well as a room. So please do something about parking yourselves so that I may continue to focus making you guys your dinner for tonight. I have 2 pots on the stove right now boiling, so I cannot go out to move the car anyway. I will talk to you both when you arrive here. What? You jerk! Excuse me, London. What you've done was just a step too far over the line. What do you think you're doing throwing all that food I just made for you guys into the garbage like that? Well, listen here, Helen. Whoever said for you to make dinner yourself like that? Your older son and his wife are coming home to be with you guys, and you chose to make us trash for dinner? You think my cooking is trash? Honestly, you don't seem to think about anyone else beside yourself. At a time like this, you should be bringing us something fancy like sushi. I wanted sushi, and not just the stuff from the local gas station, but the good stuff from a sushi restaurant in town. Or perhaps it's this. Since your husband is still working in a factory as a base level employee, you guys don't have enough money for good sushi, right? You both have to live the most basic lives at this age, so you can't even imagine what fancy food tastes like. My husband is making enough money every year where we do not have to sleep under a bridge or starve. And we happen to enjoy living a simple life, making food at home, and enjoying things like movies and walks together. So what, you're trying to tell me is that you're both poor, right? But come on now, you have to start doing better than that. Because guess what? Today is the day your very important older son and his super cute wife are staying with you. So get us some damn sushi, you low-life trash. All you have to do is spend the money that you'd normally spend on yourselves each day for food, about 2 to 3 days worth of money, and spend that sushi for us tonight. That should work for your husband and you, right? And actually, I'm already on my way to the sushi restaurant down the other side of the street, and I'll be getting dinner from there. That $200 you had in the drawer is going to be used for dinner, so I made sure to take that with me. What? Hey, wait! That was all we had left for this month's groceries, and I will be using it very carefully on tonight's dinner. London, you get back here right now!
Hey, honey, are you still awake?
What? Oh, hi, Lucas. Yes, I'm still awake. You do realize I'm in the same house as you right now, so you don't have to text me if you want to talk.
Just now, Axel came over to my office to chat with me.
Did something happen to him?
He came to hand me back that $200 that London took from us, and thought that he could hand it to me while she's not awake. Also, he has something he wanted to talk to us about. Originally, the plan was that he'd come back to our house in secret, without having London come along with him. But she ended up finding out about his plan, and so he had to make up a lie saying that the both of them would come to stay here for the 4th. And well, right now, Helen is sleeping in the next room over to my office, and so I don't want her to hear Axel and I talking, or me coming to talk to you.
So that's why we're texting instead. Well, how about I get out of the bed and come to your office?
You can do that, but be really quiet so that you don't wake her up, and please shut the door quietly when you come here. I'll make sure to turn on my noise machine to try and mute out our voices, and then we can talk about what to do with London.
Understood. Hey, Helen! Get that damn bath ready for me. It's not even 10 in the morning yet and you're already yelling? The bath? I always get the bath every morning, and today will be no different. I never knew about that. Jesus! I came back pretty late last night and did get into the shower before I crashed, so you had to know that I'd be needing a bath this morning, right? Have you never had guests over to your house before? You need to be more considerate of me and make sure the bath is ready by the time I'm waking up. Or could it be that you and your husband don't want to have the water and heating bill go up, and so that's why you guys never use the bath? That's exactly what I expected from two poor people. We are not as poor as you seem you want to think, London. But look, your husband is working in a factory. That makes the both of you lowlives. London, the only reason you married my boy is for his money, right? Huh? What's this all about? My son is working for a very large company at the moment, making a lot more than people his age. And to you, he is like the perfect ATM, right? But here's the problem. That wasn't quite the truth, and Axel actually ended up being a contractor to that company. So he isn't really making the amount of money you thought he was. and then you came to learn that his father is also not making as much as you'd like, since he's just working as a factory worker. Hence why you are now calling my husband and I lowlives and saying we don't have any money to cater to you with either. You are upset right now, and you are a bit bummed out because your plan of marrying my son for his money didn't work out. And so, find that to be good reason to act like a jackass now.
That's right. I was freaking lied to. I didn't know that your son was just a contractor there and that your husband only works at a factory. What the hell is wrong with your family being some of the most moneyless people ever?
You had never talked with my husband much until after you married Axel, so I won't blame you for not knowing everything about him. But when it comes to Axel, you and him had been dating for a long time before you got married, so how come you didn't learn the truth about this line of work then?
What?
Well, it's too late for an answer to that, to affect anything now, so I'll leave it be. From what I'd heard, you have no idea what it means to be a contractor, do you?
Huh? How do I have no idea about them?
Of course, there are plenty of contractors who aren't making as much as they should be in their line of work. But in the case of my son, he someday plans to have a company of his own. And in order to get experience to put towards that company, he is going around doing work as a contractor for a few different companies. Also, Axel happens to be very skilled in the work he performs, so he's already making more than average contractor does, with plenty of bonuses as well.
Are you serious?
And as for my husband that you always call a lowlife, he's in charge of a factory he works at.
Uh-huh.
After graduating from trade school as an operator, he went and worked for the factory he's now at for 3 years. After those 3 years, he was asked to do more training for larger operations, and then worked as a manager of a shift there for a bit. And once some time had passed, and the previous leader of that factory left, he was promoted and took over. And he's been doing that for 3 years now.
What? No way.
Do you have something you'd like to say about this?
Well, Hi, Lucas. Are you out of the house today?
Hello, London. What do you want with me right now?
I just wanted to apologize to you for not really ever talking to you at all before and after marrying your son. So, do you have time today to meet with me and chat? Well, if you have the time around noon, let's go out to eat and we can take your time talking to one another.
Around noon, I don't have any plans out of the house and was thinking of having lunch at home with the family.
What?
Today is the 4th of July, and because of that, I was able to get the day off work. And that means I'm going to be home all day today.
Ah.
That also means my son and wife are with me. Do you understand?
You're kidding, right?
No matter what you try and do to get me to go out with you, this is the last day you'll ever be hearing from me. And I think the same goes for the rest of my family.
The last day? Wait, does this mean what I think it means? You're going to be divorcing your wife?
Huh?
Oh no. That means things from now on are going to get a little more difficult for you, right? Well, if you still need me around, I'll be willing to live with you wherever you go.
Shut the hell up and get the hell out of my house now.
What? What the hell is going on? Your husband is a total asshole. He came out of his office and started to grab all my things and then tossed them out into the yard, yelling at me to get out of his house. Why the hell am I getting kicked out when it should be you getting kicked out of here in the divorce?
Nobody ever said that I was getting divorced, though. The only person I'm aware of who will be going through that is you.
What?
You really seem to have done a great job lying to my older son, right?
What are you talking about right now?
There was a man you had been going out with before you married Axel, correct?
That's a little...
Well, Axel already had someone go and take a look at all that, and he has some great evidence now.
Huh?
You had planned on using my son as an ATM after marrying him, so that you could go out with that other man on more high-end dates. But when you started to try and get to who you thought was a weak man's money, he turned out to have a tight grip on his wallet. The only money you were able to manage from him was just enough to buy food for you guys while he was working, and that was it. So, you confronted him, and that's when he told you that he was a contractor, where you turned on him and started to complain about why he was giving you such a small amount of money, and that was all due with him being poor.
But Helen,
This is all stuff that Axel had brought up to his father and I the other night, so some of it might have been a little off. Could you please let me know if I missed something there?
but Helen,
But what?
I never knew that there could be contractors making more money than proper employees make.
And you only have your lack of knowledge and awareness to blame for that. Now that you understand that we all know the truth, I'll tell you why Axel was originally coming home. He wanted to be here, to start working on all the divorce papers with us.
Divorce?
He was going to go have some talks with partners of his about starting up his own company soon, but he didn't want to finish with those talks until after the divorce. So he chose to hold off on those plans and come here to finish everything up with you. There's nothing that can be done about it now. The divorce is set in stone.
He can't do that to me. I'll break up with my boyfriend, alright?
Breaking up with him now wouldn't help you any, and would probably only make things worse.
But I've only just found out that Axel has been making good money this whole time. I can't allow him to get away from me now. No way!
You're not even going to hide your true intentions now, are you?
Well, at least I won't be the only one getting divorced then. You're going to lose your husband soon as well, right? That's why I don't care about telling you how I really feel about why I'm married to Axel.
Dan, my husband and I aren't getting a divorce.
Huh? But just a second ago, your husband was talking about a divorce.
And that's just another one of your delusions that you've been having. Because I was right next to him, looking at his phone while he texted you, and he typed out that Axel would be divorcing you.
What?
Now don't worry, because I'm showing everything you've told me to Axel right now.
Wait!
Hurry up and sign the papers, and then get the hell off our property and never come back.
I don't want to leave!
Now, make sure to talk with Axel about what else he has in store for you.
I don't want you to, jerk!
I don't care what you want, you big baby.
What?
I'm going now. Bye, forever London. Right after I stopped talking with London, Axel told me that he paid some of his friends to stop by his house and take all of his things out and start moving them to our place. This meant that he would start to live with us right away, and would only be going back to that house later when he needed to sell it. My husband and I later sat down for some drinks while my son was out of the house, and thought about what made our son fall in love with that girl while laughing. A few days later, we heard from Axel that he had gotten in touch with a lawyer, and would be getting a settlement from both London and her boyfriend. He was also able to get all the money she took from him and used on dates back, and then the divorce was finished, and he had no longer had to deal with her. After the divorce was complete, days went by where we were all able to get back to our normal lives and not have to worry about what happened to London after. However, 1 year after the divorce, we found out that both London and her boyfriend got arrested. When I went online to look up what happened with those two, it had to do with them having a fraud marriage or something. And well, they lied about getting married by forging some documents, and when the bank later found this out, they sent the police after them. I guess her boyfriend and her were in some real need of money, and went to those lengths to try and get some loans. At least the three of us in my family all were able to cut ties to her before something like that happened, and we all gave a big sigh of relief at the same time thinking about that. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of this story. See you at the next story. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.